Walaikum salam. I'm from Mauritius, yes.
Sorry?
Have you come from Mauritius?
Yes, Ahmed Banu.
I know, but do you live here, don't you?
Yes, I'm
That's
living here
right,
at the
yes.
moment. Yes.
So introduce yourself, please.
Ahmed Banu from Mauritius.
And how long have you been living in England? All your life?
Literally about 16 years, 16, 17
Pardon?
years. 17 years.
17 years.
Yes.
Was the famous Salahuddin Ayubi of the Crusades, the well-known Salahuddin Ayubi, was he a saint, and was he guided by God? Did he have a mission at all?
He might have been guided by God. He was a saintly person. I don't know what you mean by the expression saint. If it is applied in the sense of the Christian saints, then he was not a saint. But as far as the real term saint is concerned, it means a solid man, a godly person. So, according to Islamic understanding of the saint, he was a saintly person. He was very pious, and although frail in body and weak in health, he fought the battle of Islam in the ideal possible way of jihad. He is one man who is never blamed for any transgression by the British or other European writers on him. He is one man who by some authors is claimed to stand higher than Hazrat Umar in his loyalty to Islamic values. In him they find fault, of course wrongly, but they find sometimes some fault in Hazrat Umar, but never in Ayubi. While all the Christian crusaders during his time indulged in violation of the agreements and covenants, and all sort of inhuman transgression was exercised by them against innocent Muslim and children, men and women, adults and children. At some places, all of them were put to sword. Not a single survivor remained. This was the situation, the state of Christian fighters in the name of crosses. Salahuddin fought in the name of sickle, that is, or a hilal, a crescent. He did so, as I have told you already, with perfect loyalty to values, to human values and Islamic values. He never murdered anybody, he never ordered the murder of anybody which was not justified. Once it is quoted that a Christian crusader who had decided to attack Medina and dig out the grave of Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Salahuddin heard of this, he pursued him day in and day out, and managed to have the army of this prince so surrounded that it could not go ahead and could not turn back. So that prince, this was a French prince, he decided to attack Salahuddin Ayubi and have finished with him. Because he was very powerfully armed and supplied with the most modern weapons of his time, he did so, and Salahuddin started to retreat back to his original camp. And this strategy worked such wonders for him that his prince, along with all his army, was trapped in an area of desert where there was no water for him to drink, no drop of water for the whole army. They were being scorched to death. And ultimately they had to surrender. When they surrendered, no exchange of arrows was made, no fight with swords or no sword battles were fought, and by the superior strategy of Salahuddin, they were brought to naught. When this prince appeared as a prisoner before Salahuddin Ayubi, it is said that he asked for water, and somebody presented him with a glass of water. Salahuddin, with his stick, threw the glass down and did not let him drink a drop of water. This is the only cruelty which is ascribed to Sultan Salahuddin. But also some sensible writers on him explain this. They say it was the custom of the Arab Muslims not to murder anybody who had drunk at their table or had eaten at their table. Now, in that respect, because Salahuddin had decided to have him killed because of his friend to Ahmad, so he had no option but to do this. And then he was put to death, of course, as he deserved so much. So this was Sultan Salahuddin Ayubi. Don't you see any saintly signs in him? There was no doubt a saintly person.